this pair I grabbed before I got the All-Star version, and it was really cheap. It was like £60, but it's not something that I'm keeping. But it's called the Air Max Penny, and it comes in the Rattan colorway. And in all honesty, it's not like an OG colorway. It's quite sort of neutral and very much in line with I suppose the sneakers that I've been releasing for the past few years. So it's got the brown sort of tint on it, and then this, what they're calling rattan colorway, which is like this beigey kind of khaki type color. And it's just a nice looking shoe really, and I do like these pennies. I just find them a bit harsh on foot, but they do look nice, and they have a very cool look to them. And I like this big bold Air Max unit on the back, and then you got the window as well for seeing through at the bottom, which is a cool thing and a very sort of 90s touch. And then a big swoosh on here as well, and the traction feels nice and sticky as well. And then also you got this sort of almost like foam posity material going around here, which is nice sort of wear during sort of the winter autumn time, and it kind of protects you. I think the only thing that is not protected is this nubuck material, and so you have to be a bit careful when you're wearing that. But I think there's enough protection around here for you to not get too much dirt on the top really. And I do like the way the lacing system is as well. You got this easy sort of pulls up quite quickly and tightens up quite quickly as well. And then you got this sort of almost like a inner booty similar to a Jordan 7 that kind of sort of locks your foot in place. And also I like what they've done with the penny logo, where they've stuck it on the back. We're here, but in that same sort of rattan colorway. And it's just another one of those cool looking pennies really. And yeah, so for me, I'm not keeping this one, but it is a cool trainer. So here are the details for the Nike Air Max Penny 1 Rattan. It comes in a black, rattan and something white colorway. And what it has in terms of tech, it has like a dual chambered heel Air Max unit, which I think is similar to the tuned air units in an Air Max Plus, but basically it allows the air to sort of move around freely and just gives you that sort of compression when you're sort of jumping about and landing on your heel, for example. And you have 4-foot zoom air, so you can feel that a bit. I wouldn't say it's like a really sort of highlight of the sneaker, but these feel nice on foot for that reason. And they also have a lightweight file on midsole, and it's made up of TPU materials and the Durabuck materials on the toe box area, and then the rest of it's sort of mesh material. So with the comfort and sizing, these have a firm sole in my opinion. There's not much like forgiveness with this particular pair. I find them just a bit harsh to wear in all honesty. Compared to say the Penny 2, I think the Penny 2s are in my opinion a lot nicer to wear. And also because of the Air Max unit being in the heel, your heel sits slightly elevated, and that can cause a little bit of tension on your forefoot. And I think the wearing time for these, you need a bit longer because of the TPU panels mainly, and also the Air Max unit at the back. Your foot needs to get used to that, and I would say it's probably around the sort of 6 to 12 hours for it to sort of soften. And true to size works for these. I didn't have any issues wearing sort of true to size, and they also have really good grip as well in my opinion. I don't think there's any sort of problems with these, and they all sit sort of quite flat on the ground like any other basketball sneaker. So with the look and style, it's a Penny 1 is a classic design, so they do look really cool and just a product of the 90s. And this one has sort of more wintry colours anyway, so I think you're sort of good to go wearing them in the sort of autumn winter. I think the only thing you need to look out for is the Durabuck around the toe box and wrapping around the sneaker. I think that's my only issue with the pair, but it should be okay. But that Durabuck is kind of slightly like almost like a suede material, so I think that has a chance to get ruined if you put them out in the wet too long. And these are good for a lot of casual wear in my opinion, so it's good to wear with a pair of joggers or like a pair of cargo pants, that kind of thing. Comes with like black laces, but I think also try sail because it will hit nicely off the rattan colour, and also obviously white would work. So with the final thoughts, I like the Penny logo. It's a cool logo, and one of the better ones apart from the Jordan logo. And these are great for winter because they're sort of quite sort of big, thick, bulky and heavy. It's a good one to wear during the winter, and because of the TPU as well around the medial and lateral side area, you're not really going to get them that dirty, and they're going to be quite sort of hard wearing for that reason. And at the end of the day, the penny ones are timeless trainer. And in terms of cons, I think the cost. So they price these really, really high. It's kind of 30 years old sneaker, and it's just price is just too high on these. And the comfort, so I find them really not like unbearable, but they're not very soft or like forgiving. So I find them probably worse than wearing a Jordan 1, for example. And I'm just not a fan of the Durabuck. And like I mentioned, it's a heavy shoe, so I think it's not one that you'd be wearing sort of all day, but you can sort of wear these for 3 or 4 hours and be okay. So with the ratings, I give the look and style on this one a 4 out of 5. I like the colourway and the rattan of setting off against all white, kind of like the in sort of colours palette at the moment, and it works well sort of during the winter time. The comfort I give a 3. It's not like it's unbearable, but it's not very comfortable either. I think the Penny 2 has better comfortability, and I think if I was to grab one of them, it'd be the Penny 2. And the quality, I think, is pretty good. I think the Durabuck's the only thing that kind of lets it down, but other than that, the TPU panels and the mesh panels feel like well made, and it's a well made sneaker at the end of the day. And like I said, the pricing's too high on these. I think it was like £160 or whatever, but it's just for a 30-year-old trainer's price too high. But overall, it's a solid pair of penny ones, and it's a nice colourway, so you can't really go wrong with it, especially the fact that they're really sort of below retail. And so for that reason, I give them a 4 out of 5.